Hello and welcome to TOI Auto, and today we are bringing to you our first drive review of the Tata Nexon EV Max. So without much deliberation, let's get straight into it and talk about the Max parts of this Nexon EV. Max means more, and what's more in this new Nexon is a larger battery pack, more power, more range and faster charging. But that's not all that you will be getting for the rupees 1.5 lakh more that this car demands over the standard Nexon EV. With the bullet points out of the way, let's talk about the exterior of the new Nexon EV Max. One might think that it is business as usual, and for the most part, it is. But there are two new changes, and one of them is very important. Starting with the first change, it is the design of these diamond cut alloy wheels. Whereas the standard version has an 8-spoke design, these have a 5-spoke design. But the more important change is right behind this rear wheel, which is the addition of new disc brakes. And having disc brakes on all four wheels definitely gives better control to the driver under emergency braking. In other exterior news, the media car that we drove was sporting the new intense teal color that suits the car well. 4 EV badges around the car lets everyone else know that you are not worrying about your fuel bills anymore. However, there is no Max badging on the car. The only way one can tell the Max apart from the standard version on the outside is by differentiating among their alloy wheel designs. Then there are the matte blue accents on the lower grille, window line and at the rear, signifying this Nexon's EV origins. While the tri-arrow shaped LED DRLs give good illumination, the absence of LED headlights and fog lamps is a miss in our minds. With that done, let's hop inside the EV Max's cabin and see what's new. Once inside, the first thing new buyers will appreciate and existing users would envy is the addition of this new drive selector knob that now features a digital display. This will help the driver identify if they are in park, reverse, neutral or drive much more easily under direct sunlight when compared to the single LED dot setup in the standard version. The knob now also gets a textured dial, which I feel gives better rotation feedback. Right beside the selector knob, there are drive mode selection buttons for the Eco and Sport mode, which we will talk about shortly. And here, below the knob are the new auto hold and electronic parking brake selectors. Then on the left side of the console, you have the selector buttons for the new 4-mode brake regeneration system. While at level 0, the system disengages completely, the other 3 modes are quite distinct in feel too. At level 1, the brake regeneration is noticeable but not interfering, and at level 3, it gets a lot more noticeable. Another big upgrade to the EV Max's cabin is the addition of these new ventilated seats, which are wrapped in what Tata calls a Macarona beige colored leatherette. Ventilated seats have gained popularity in the past few years. In total, Tata claims that this EV Max has 30 new features, to which I will get to in a bit, but let's start our drive and talk about what's under the hood, the underbody and the back. The Nexon EV Max makes 143 PS of power and 250 Newton meters of torque. Tata has also electronically limited this EV's top speed at 140 km per hour, whereas the standard Nexon EV limits at 120 km per hour. During the launch event, Tata announced that the Max can do a 0 to 100 sprint in under 9 seconds. And while we have not confirmed this using any kind of professional equipment, in sports mode the car certainly reaches the 100 kmph mark with lightning speed pushing you against the seat. On the other hand, the city and eco modes keep the power delivery very amiable, something that first-time EV buyers will appreciate. Overall, the Nexon EV Max is nimble, easy to maneuver, and a comfortable companion to zip, zap or zoom around town. The larger 40.5 kWh battery pack and motor have an 8-year or 160,000 km warranty. While Tata has announced a 437-kilometer ARAI-certified range on a full charge, during our drive experience, the EV showed an estimated range of 282 kilometers at 99% charge with a consumption of 113 watt-hours per kilometer. Keeping brake regeneration and other factors in mind, it is safe to say that the vehicle was good for 300 plus kilometers for the day.
Based on the specs of this Nexon EV, let's do some simple calculations to understand better what it would be like to live with on a day-to-day basis.
The new Nexon EV Max now features fast charging as well. While the standard 3.3 kilowatt portable charger is standard issue and can give a 0 to full charge in 15 to 16 hours, buyers this time also have an option to opt for a 7.2 kilowatt fast charger at an additional cost. Additionally, the EV supports fast charging of up to 50 kilowatt an hour, which can charge the EV Max from 0 to 80% in less than an hour. At an average cost of Rs 6.90 per kilowatt hour in Delhi, it will cost a buyer under Rs 400 to fully charge the Nexon EV Max, keeping energy loss and other factors in mind. Electricity costs are likely to go up a little when the EV is charged using a 7.2 kilowatt or 50 kilowatt fast charger. During our drive, the EV consumed between 113 watt-hour to 157 watt-hour of power per kilometer, depending upon driver behavior, brake regeneration, and outside temperature. At this consumption rate, the Nexon EV costed roughly a rupee per kilometer, and for every 1 kilowatt an hour of the total 40.5 kilowatt hour battery pack, we ran 7.4 kilometers.
Coming back to the noteworthy upgrades inside the cabin of the EV Max, it now comes with an air purifier, a feature that a city dweller like myself truly does appreciate. Then there is the electric sunroof, the Harman sound system, and the centrally mounted 7-inch touchscreen.
The glove box is cooled and the Nexon's ITPMS feature will alert you if one or more tires have low pressure. The 16-inch alloys are wrapped in 215 by 60 section MRF Wanderer Eco Tread tires that do a good job at soaking in bumps and offer fairly good grip. However, we did notice considerable wheel spin when using the sport mode. The ABS, EBD work well with the car's all 4 disc brakes to keep the driver in control. Hill hold and descent features have also been added for an easier driving experience on steep or rough terrain. The Max also has cruise control for added highway convenience. Keep in mind that this is a basic cruise control and will only help the driver regulate speed.
This being only an upgrade to the standard version of the Nexon EV, of course, a lot of the features between the two cars are shared, and as I mentioned earlier, there are 30 new features in this Max version. But one thing that has not changed is the 350-liter boot space,
which is a pleasant surprise considering more often than not, automakers compromise on storage or interior space in order to fit in larger battery packs or motors.
Available only in the XZ Plus and the XZ Plus Lux variants, the Tata Nexon EV Max demands a Rs 1.5 lakh markup over the standard version. And if you choose to go in for the 7.2 kilowatt an hour fast charger, then you'll have to shell out Rs 50,000 more. While I doubt most buyers will question Tata's brilliant pricing here, what needs to be noted is that with these new upgrades, the Nexon EV Max has come dangerously close to its only rival, and that is the MG ZS EV, which holds a sticker price of Rs 22 lakh ex-showroom just for its base variant, which is the Excite. So let us know what you think about the new Tata Nexon EV Max in the comment section below. And do remember to like, share and subscribe to our channel for all the exciting buzz in the automotive sector. This is Amber Banerjee signing out.